Hello everyone, I am Praveen K, Assistant Professor in the Department of Digital and Cyber Forensic Science. So today we are going to take a session on Indian knowledge system. So let us start the session. So before we begin, let me tell you what we are going to learn in the session. So the objectives of the session are first to understand what Dharma Arthasastra mean in the context of digital safety. So secondly, to learn ethical goals for responsible online behavior. Basically, how to behave properly on the internet. Third, to identify the different cyber threats using Indian knowledge system principles. So fourthly, to connect Indian values with modern cyber governance. So last, to understand how ancient security ideas can be still used in digital system today. So, and the outcomes are quite simple. By the end of the class, you should be able to explain what cyber governance is, apply Dharma and IK's values to online behavior, and understand the rules and safety measures in the digital world. So, this class is not just a theory, it will help you in real life also. Now, let us start with the basics. So, what exactly is cyber governance? So, in very simple terms, cyber governance means the system of rules and practices that ensure we use the technology safely and responsibly. So, for example, when a website asks you for a information before using your data, that is a cyber governance. So, when the government makes laws to prevent cyber crimes, that is also a cyber governance. When schools and colleges teach students about safe and internet usage, again, that is also a cyber governance. So, in simple, it helps protect individuals, companies, and even our country. So, cyber governance includes things like cyber laws, data protection, digital rights, online behavior rules, and cybersecurity frameworks. So, it basically a set of rules and guidelines that make digital life safe for everyone. So, now we are entering into the topic Indian knowledge system in cybersecurity. So now, how does Indian knowledge system connect to cybersecurity? So IK simply means traditional Indian wisdom. So it includes values like dharma, satya, ahimsa, and principle from Arthasastra. So even though these ideas are very old, they are extremely useful even in today's digital world also. For example, dharma teaches us to do the right thing. Satya guides us to speak the truth, even in a social media. And Ahimsa tell us not to cause harm. So this include not hurting others on online platform. So Nyaya stands for justice, meaning fairness in today's technology. And Arthasastra teach us too about security and governance, just like cyber security today. So, you see, Indian values are not just for temples and textbooks. So, they directly guide our online behavior. Now, let us look a bit more at why ethics matter on online. So, ethics are the rules about what is right and what is wrong. So, on the internet, ethics help us in many ways. First, ethics help build trust. So, when people know others will not lie or cheat online, they feel safe to share information. So, second, ethic bring transparency. This means people and companies tell us clearly how they use our data. Third, ethics help create fairness. So, for example, fair rules prevent some peoples or groups from being treated badly by websites or algorithms. So, fourth, ethics ensure safety. By following ethical rules, we reduce harm like cyberbullying and fraud. So finally, ethics encourage responsible use of technology. For example, companies designing apps should be think about user safety before making features. So ethics are rules on the playground. They make sure everyone can play, learn, and feel safe. So next, Dharma. So next we are moving into the topic dharma. So dharma is an Asian word that means duty, right action and balance. In day-to-day life, dharma tell us to behave in ways that are fair and helpful. So online dharma becomes our duty to use technology correctly. So it also tells us to avoid misuse. Like do not use other people's accounts or steal content. So this is a very basic rule in dharma. Then communicate decently, like avoid spreading lies or rumors through online platform. Then behave respectfully. So do not insult or bully others on online. So finally, build trust balanced communities. So help make online spaces calm and safe. So finally, think of Dharma as an inner voice that asks, is it right thing to do? So when we listen on that voice online, the internet becomes a better place for everyone. So for example, if you find a friend password written in the notebook, Dharma says us to do not use it. So tell them to change it immediately. So this is what actually Dharma is. So finally, it is a duty to. Let's turn dharma into a simple responsibilities. So these are all some small action that everyone can follow in our day-to-day life. So first, respectable communication, then respect for data and ownership, balanced tech usage, and finally digital discipline. So first, respectable communication. So which means do not write hate messages on online platform. So if you disagree the particular point, explain politely. Then respect for data and ownership. So if you want to use someone photo or article, ask or give credit. So do not copy the entire content without their permission. Then balance the tech usage, which means use our online sources or tools, but take breaks. Do not let screen time harm your sleeps and studies, etc. So finally, digital discipline. So use social media with control. So don't post with angry. Think before you click. So this is what related to the phishing links or whatever, etc. So these are all some responsibilities are easy to follow and protect both you and others. So then practical examples of digital dharma. So now some practical everyday usage. So first, not forwarding unverified WhatsApp messages. So if you get any suspicious message, check the reliable source before forwarding. Then respecting privacy while sharing photos. So this is like asking permission before posting photos of friends. Then using strong passwords as self-protection duty. So think of passwords like lock your house. So make them strong and unique. So don't use a very weak passwords. So update the password regularly. These are all some basic password rules should be followed. Then reporting cyber incidents. So if you see any scam or someone being harassed, report the account or inform as an authority. So finally, being kind on online disagreements. So if a discussion gets heated, pause and write politely. So these small acts reflect the dharma in our day-to-day internet usage. So then Nyaya. So Nyaya means justice and fairness. So in the digital world, Nyaya asks for fair rules that protect everyone, not only a few. So this means creating laws that protect user rights, make sure companies cannot misuse the data, holding people accountable for online crimes, make access of technology fair for all. So Nyaya is an important because if the rules are unfair, some people will suffer more than others and that harms our whole society. So Nyaya is very important in the Indian knowledge system, and specifically in cyber governance. So next, let us see how Nyaya appears in our laws and policies. The first is data protection laws. So data protection laws gives people rights over their data. For example, to know how their data is used in online. So second is cybercrime laws. So cybercrimes laws is like IT Act, which means the Information Technology Act that punishes hackers and frauds to protect victims. And transparent terms, so means companies must explain the rules in clear language. And finally, penalties for pretending to be someone on online is important to discourage bad behavior. So penalty is very much important. So Nyaya shapes modern digital rules to fair and protective. Next, Arthasastra relevance in cybersecurity. So, Arthasastra is an Asian treatise on governance and security. Although it talks about kingdoms, many ideas match today's cybersecurity too. So, for example, Prajarakshana, which means protecting people. So, today this means under safety measures are online. So, second, Guptachar. So, intelligence networks. So, this is similar to cyber threat intelligence and security operations centers. So, they watch for threats continuously. If anything occur, they must report to them immediately. Third, to protect protection of information. So secure online payments and banking systems and strategic administration. So making strong cyber policies and plan to ensure everything move on smoothly. Then confidentiality. So confidentiality means using encryption so only the right people can read the private messages. So, Arthasastra showing us planning, intelligence, and watchfulness, all useful in protecting our digital world. So, think of a SOC like a team watching many cameras and then alarms for a bag. They monitor threats continuously. Next, Obeas for cybersecurity. There are five categories in that. The first is Sama, which means counseling, then Dana, which means rewards, then Beda, that is deduction, and finally Danda, that is punishment. The first is Sama, which means teach people, like for example, run cyber awareness programs in schools and colleges so people can know how to use the internet safely. Then Dana, which means rewards, encourage good actors. For example, bug bounty programs reward people who find security problems and report them. Then Beta. So detect threats early. So use monitoring tools and insider threat detection to find problems before they spread. And finally, punishment that take action against wrongdoing. This could be an account suspension, fines, or legal action for cybercrimes. So using all four together gives us a balanced defense that teach people, rewards helpers, and then detect problems and punish attackers. So this is what OVS says as far as cybersecurity. Then Asian security, that is modern multi-layer cyber defense. So Asian kingdoms used many layers of protection, walls, guards, and spaces, rules, and punishments. So the digital world uses many of the same ideas. So first is firewalls. So which is act as a walls for network. So which detect which rules to be entered and which rules to be denied. So second is threat intelligence. Work like space like wants about cyber attacks. Then monitoring. So monitoring is like having guards like watching for trouble. Then cyber laws. So cyber laws are the rules and punishments. Then secure passwords and encryptions. So the passwords should protect our treasures, the data and money. So key lessons is layers. So if one fails, others should stop the attacker. So being prepared and vigilant is the main idea in Asian security and multi-layered cyber defense. Then these are all some key digital practices should be followed in a day-to-day life. The first is strong passwords. So use of mix of letters, numbers, and symbols, and do not use any repeated passwords across multiple sites. The second is two-factor authentication. So adding an extra steps to log in. So it is like a OTP or just a authenticator app. So this will protect you under any suspicious login. Then safe browsing habits. So do not click unknown links and check URLs before entering information. Then avoid suspicious links, especially in messages from unknown numbers. Then regular software updates. Updates often fix security problems. So always you should update your mobile systems. Then encrypted communications. So use apps that provide end-to-end encryption. So this will help you to protect your sensitive information. Then secure Wi-Fi. So always use a private secure Wi-Fi. Do not go for any unsecure places Wi-Fi. So this will cause your data. Then regular backups. So keep copies of important files in a safe place. Then antivirus and firewall. So use basic protection on devices. So if you follow these steps, you already reduce the larger part of risk on online. So follow the key digital safety practices to protect from online media. So then Dharma based digital safety. So let's connect Dharma to digital safety actions. So protect self and others online. So do not use someone else's account. Help friends when they are targeted. Then avoid harmful downloads. So be cautious for files from unknown sources. They might contain malicious files too. Then respect community guidelines. So follow the rules of online groups and platforms. Then promote positive environments. So share helpful and kind post. Then be accountable. If you make any mistake on online, correct it and learn. So Dharma gives a moral reason to follow the practical safety steps. So it's about doing our duty to ourselves and others. Now let us talk about the current problems many of us face. Fake news, financial fraud, identity theft, cyberstalking, deep fakes, cyberbullying, data theft, phishing attacks, and excessive screen time, and finally AI manipulation. First is fake news. So false information spreads quickly and causes harm. Then financial fraud like UPI or OTP scams. So scammers trick people into sharing codes or transferring money. So always be vigilant to transfer any OTP or messages with strangers. Then identity theft. So this is means someone uses your identity to steal or cheat. Then deep fakes. So fake audio or video that looks real and can mislead people. Then cyberbullying, so which means the hurtful messages or harassment online. Then data theft, so hack that steals personal information. So these are all comes under the data theft. And phishing attacks, so this is like a fake emails that ask for password or money. Then excessive screen time, which affects health and focus like studies. Then AI manipulation, system that may show biased or misleading results. So each of these needs both technology and ethical thinking to handling properly. So next, Indian ethical principles are solutions. So Indian values gives a simple solution to many of these problems across in day-to-day life. The first is Satya, Ahimsa, Nyaya, Sanyam and Siva. The first Satya. So Satya means checking the facts and fights against the misinformation. Then Ahimsa. Ahimsa means avoid actions that hurt others like cyberbullying or cyber harassment. Then Nyaya. So push for fair algorithms and rules that protect all. Then Sanyam. So Sanyam controls the screen time and social media use. Then finally the Seva. So serve the community volunteer to help others to learn about the cyber security that hygienic practices. So these values encourage the small personal actions that together to make a big difference. So next, artificial intelligence in ethical governance. So artificial intelligence brings useful tools but also the risk. AI can monitor behavior and improve services, make decisions like loan approvals or content recommendation. But AI can also cause problems like surveillance, privacy invasions, and biased results and misinformation too. So, how do we manage AI ethically? So, by using our principle. So, that is what Dharma, Nyaya, Arthasastra, and Satya. So, Dharma designs AI to avoid harm. The Nyaya ensure the AI decision are fair and explainable. Then Arthasastra. So, plan for risk and have policies to control the AI misuse. Then Satya. So, prevent AI generated false information and deepfakes. So, these designers and policy makers must keep these values in mind while creating the AI systems. This is about fake news and dharma. So, finally, let us talk about the fake news and dharma. Fake news can create panic, cause violence, and lead to fraud. So, dharma suggests a careful method. First, verify the source. So, check whether the message came from reliable news sites or an official channel for better. Then, don't forward blindly. So, before forwarding a message, ask is it true or not. Then promote ethical communication. If you find something false, correct it politely. Then encourage fact checking. So use a fact checking websites or official statement to prove the originality of the message. If each has followed these rules, fake news will be lost its power. In conclusion, we learned what cyber governance is and why it is matters. We connected Indian values, Dharma, Nyaya, and Arthasastra to modern digital safety. We discussed practical safety tips like strong passwords, 2FA, safe browsings, and reporting incidents. Then we studied how ancient strategies like Sama, Tanna, and Beda and Danda that match to awareness. We looked at how ethics guide AI and how to fight against fake news. I hope today class helped you to understand not just the technical side, but also the human side of digital safety, like Dharma and our traditional principle can guide us online. So if you have any questions or want any clarification, feel free to reach out me. So once again, thank you so much and have a great day. Thank you.